Hey y'all,
We're back.
welcome back to another Blazin Pursuits podcast.
This video is sponsored by Team SmackDown.
Yep.
Um,
Can't thank them enough, honestly.
yeah, it's pretty cool. We checked out their house and everything. Their shop.
It is the most beautiful thing.
It's pretty sweet.
Literally a dream they're living in.
Yeah, a lot of deer heads too.
Oh my!
There's so
Dude,
much.
some of this and all the sheds and stuff too. And I mean, how welcoming they were just to bring us in their house and show us around.
Tell us the stories.
Yeah, it really showed how much
they shot.
really care about us and how much they care about you guys too. Just
Yeah, they're pretty nice people. So,
amazing.
I guess today's subject, we didn't really touch base on it much in the last podcast, was food plots and baiting.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if you want to say our opinions on them or.
Yeah,
Like
why don't we
what?
start off with that?
Okay.
Well, I guess I shouldn't say newer topic about like baiting, but I mean,
It's definitely not talked about enough, I don't think.
No, I think it's a very thing that should be harped on a little more with the corn piles and guys shooting these big ass bucks on them. I mean, it's one thing if you're doing it before season. Absolutely, I think mineral block's a great thing to have. Getting those deer active in your spots, but I think during season, it's best you just kind of shut it down. It's the law. And, well, I should say in some counties.
Yeah, usually like here in Wisconsin, there's only a couple. I think like 2 or 3 counties that actually allow baiting.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest don't even allow it at all.
No. Well, I think food plot wise, that's one thing me and Bowden really want to try to get into a little more. I think it's a great way to kind of learn more about your deer in your area and really narrow it down, pick deer out, kind of grow those 1.5 to 2 year old deer up to like 3 to 3.5 year old deer. And I think it's a great way to experience growing deer and growing your property and just really getting to know more about deer hunting in general.
Right.
I mean, what I'm going to do in my property this year is we are kind of already have a cutout. A stand I've hunted for like 4 years. My dad calls it my stand, but it really was his. But I think I'm going to cut down some trees and kind of clear it out, till it up, and plant some clover and alfalfa in there. Kind of mix it up so the deer don't just eat all of the seed. And try to get a little more traffic going through there. Early season, I think it'd be a great idea. And going into late season too, they always have the extra food source.
Right.
And I mean, with your property, we kind of already started on that.
Yeah, we got a lot of trees cut down.
Mm-hmm.
And how I started it was just like these little patches. They weren't really big. They weren't big at all.
It kind of went down the Stonewheel Trail, and then we kind of ventured off into you making that one little spot, and it didn't really grow this year, which kind of sucked.
Yeah, it wasn't as good as the first year I planted it, but it was definitely greener the first year. There was a lot of deer the first year. Second year this last year was kind of a hit or miss. It wasn't really good. But
to be honest, we didn't really hunt it much.
No, like we hunted public more than.
Yeah, but I think we cleared out. I think
it opened up pretty decent amount.
We'll have to throw in a clip of what it's starting to look like a little more.
Yeah, we'll show you guys a clip today.
And
we're going out there today, so
I think after we do that, we got to really venture off and look into different kind of mixes we can throw in there.
Yeah, because a lot of people have so many different brands.
Well, what was the one Team SmackDown used? I forget its name.
It looked pretty good.
Yeah.
It looked fairly good.
But I mean, farming, I know quite a bit. Like a lot of guys who like mixing stuff. I think clover's a great option for little covered areas. Grows no matter what, really.
And we're just kind of telling you guys our opinion too, because we're just starting to get into this.
If you guys could help us learn too more, like that'd be amazing.
Yeah, because we've only been doing it for, well, I've only been doing it for like probably this is my second year.
Mm-hmm.
I barely know anything about food plots.
Yeah.
I just like,
Well, and then
I try to watch videos on it, and then
yeah, and I think
go from
it's
there.
learning more about other people's experiences with it and throwing your own mix on it. I think that's what we're really trying to do is really kind of learn more about how we can really make a healthier deer population where we're hunting and adding that extra little bit of if it's a bad day, we know where we're going to see deer. And I think that's a big thing for also making content, seeing a lot of deer, and really getting that doe to buck population really good where we're hunting.
Yeah, that kind of goes back with the baiting thing too.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know a lot of people don't bait because of CWD reasons.
Well, and
like
also,
some counties,
corn. If you feed deer all year going into winter, then just stop, you're gonna kill deer. Cause that corn gets up in their digestive system, and that's all they've been eating. And then they try to go find somewhere else. There's nothing.
Yeah, I suppose that makes.
And I'm not sure how that works, but I've heard about it killing deer in the long run with it.
Yeah. My personal opinion is, and again, I guess it really depends on your state, but me personally, I think I'd rather do food plots than baiting.
Oh yeah.
Like I get like, you know, Seek One does it and all this other stuff, but they also can too.
Well, they
you know, a lot
hunting-
of people say, "Oh yeah, you shot that deer over a bait pile. That was easy."
But I mean, the guy puts more time and effort into finding this deer first off.
Yeah, and watching him grow throughout how many years. So props to Seek One.
Yeah,
because that's
honestly,
it's got to be a lot of work. But I guess here in Wisconsin, I'd rather do food plots.
Absolutely.
Just because you worked hard all summer, and then say you shoot your target buck on that food plot, then you just feel way, way more accomplished. You know what I mean?
And I think it's
because like all the hard work.
It's the same thing
off.
with like farming and like really getting permission on a lot of farmland. It's not only you getting that permission, but it's also like this farmer could say screw you and kick you off there and say no, I'm gonna hunt this spot, but also kind of building that relationship with that farmer and getting to know more about what he's gonna do with that plot. You can also learn a lot from them because I mean they know more than anybody with farming at night, seeing where these deer are in this cornfields, alfalfa fields, learning more about how they react to certain things and seeing what things they don't like and what things they do like.
Right.
And like, I mean, the ginseng fields by my house, unbelievable.
There's deer out there all the time.
And I'm not sure why, because we don't really see them in the summertime go there.
But wintertime you see them. But then in the cut cornfields, you don't really see them.
I know. It's like, weird.
It's pretty odd.
And I don't know if it's like they like eating the weeds in that field or what, but it's weird.
And again, if you guys know, just feel free to comment and let us know. But like, I goes with like soybeans. Like, the summertime, like scouting.
Well, I mean, this public land piece, soybean field, these deer every night.
Yeah.
For like 2 nights in a row, that same deer go there. I think that's a great food source. If you can hunt off of it, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like, I think soybeans are probably the best summertime thing, in my opinion. Besides like food plots. But
or like greens.
Yeah.
I mean, we see a lot of deer in alfalfa fields early season because it's still green, growing.
I guess you really can't scout corn because it's all covered, but...
Well, I mean, early season you kind of can.
But like, you see in like all these soybeans, dude, you see a deer every night.
Absolutely.
Every day. Every night.
And same with the CRP fields too. I mean, I've seen a lot of guys kind of use them for having almost like a little corridor.
Mm-hmm.
And like what I kind of want to do, if we could do on your land, is make like a little bit of like a wall with some CRP grass and kind of grow green inside. Kind of make a block around,
Right.
so they would feel safe after eating, going to that CRP field bedding,
Yeah.
coming back eating, like making them choose where they want to go. And I've seen a lot of that with like cornfields and bean fields and stuff.
Like I think another cool thing I think would be cool too is I think a lot of hunters put corn all around, but then they leave one big patch. Then they plant like their food plot or something.
You can't see
or
it
they
from
got
the road
different,
then. Yep.
Yeah, or they got different like
Little
access
trails, yep.
points where they'll just come from, which is cool.
In like that swampy area, that'd be a great spot for kind of them bedding in, going to CRP field, then going to the food plot, going back. Like we know at that point where they're
and
going.
Especially this last year too. Like I've probably learned more about patterning a deer more this year too on my land, which was just so incredible.
Well, even on public too, like not even early season. Sometimes not even going out with our bows, just kind of sitting there and seeing these deer go to this field at say 5 o'clock exactly.
Right.
Then sitting there all night, and then we go back to the next day. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And like where I shot my buck, it was exactly at like 4 something.
I thought it was a little later than that.
Oh, it might have been, yeah. And
it was just before
dark.
Like not shooting time.
Yeah, and seeing those deer come out exactly then.
And we were watching them deer for a couple hours too.
Like 3 hours maybe.
Until there was like 30 minutes before daylight.
Yeah.
And Gavin's like, I'm going to make a move. I was like, yeah, go for it. It's probably best if we just make the move on it just to see. And it turned out.
Yeah, well, good. Why don't we look up states with baiting laws?
Yeah. Because I know here in Wisconsin, we only have a couple. I think it's only like 2 counties that actually like allow baiting. But I think it's Atlanta that Sequan hunts, or Georgia.
Well, okay, here.
Atlanta, maybe?
Not sure how really exact Google is, but states with banning on baiting: Wisconsin, Michigan, West Virginia, and Vermont. States with baiting restrictions: Wyoming, Washington, and Virginia. And yeah, the CWD, that's a big part of it. Found in areas. Wisconsin, counties that fall under baiting and feeding bans test positive for CWD, so that has a big part of it.
Yeah, and it's the funny thing too, because I have a game farm that butts up to one of the properties that I can hunt, and that guy had to shoot out some of his deer because of CWD reasons, because of the same bait pile. Or I don't know how game farms work, but I know they have like, I don't know if they got feeders or what they have in there.
Yeah.
But the one deer had CWD. I don't know how it got it. And then it ate off that pile. And then another deer came and ate off that pile. And we were talking to DNR during my hunter safety class, and they pretty much had to wipe out the whole, all the deer in that game farm.
Once one gets it, the other one's probably got it. And with how much then
they kind of have to regrow it all up.
Yeah.
Like the whole deer. Like every single deer, they just have to start from the bottom up again.
You can't just throw that deer out and then bring another one in, because eventually you'll start spreading it all over.
Yeah. And I mean, I've never seen CWD on a deer.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, they see it a lot in the power plant.
Yeah.
And not only that, just kind of those deer going in and out. You have cross from deer going out of the power plant, in the power plant. I mean, that's kind of like the deer farm. If they did that, you'd see that a lot.
Right.
And I think once you kind of get one deer with it, a bunch more are going to get it. And you kind of see a lot in waterways.
Yeah.
I mean,
like, that's kind of why I'm curious about this buck right here. Because this was my target buck.
And remember that one we saw on that.
Oh, on our suburban spot.
Yeah.
That was really weird.
Well, it was raining out, wasn't it?
And it was there for a while, but
Yeah.
his shed's actually right there.
Yeah. Yeah. Just called the DNR and they were like, we don't know. So.
And it's funny because we were just, walking?
Mm-hmm.
So we've had this property we pretty much studied it the first day we went in because, suburban area, deer don't care.
Yeah.
Basically like pets to everyone, and they're used to people. Kind of walked in, and then we were walking one day down the river, and
I could smell something.
Yeah, and we just seen this.
And I could see
it looked like, not algae, but it looked like foam.
Like the white foam you see on
Yep.
lakes after it rains or something. It kind of builds up on the shore. It looked like that. And I was like, the hell is that? And then we walked up to it, and it was cold, I tell you.
Oh my, dude, it was
and I
freezing
made
cold rain was not it. And then
I made Bowden
Gavin put up his bino, seen the antler. I was like, I'm going in.
And we pulled it out, and sure enough, decent buck.
Yeah, decent 9-pointer.
Absolutely.
And, we didn't even, it was pretty much all rotted. Like, we didn't know if it was...
Yeah.
We didn't know if it was EHD or if and it was trapped under a log, too.
It must
in the river. So if
floated or just died.
Yeah, same with this buck, too. Target buck, dude. Oh, I was after him all year. 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And then he just vanished. Never seen it. My dad's seen him probably once, twice. Then he just vanished. And we have this stand right by... He stayed in this general area. So when it's actually on our Instagram. You can see this buck in velvet. But he stayed in the general area. Where we took a picture, the pond was right there. And he just stayed in that...
Well, he was on that backside there. And
yeah, he stayed in that perimeter.
And we were just walking
We were just walking. And then there's this little sand, old sand hill kind of thing. Stood up on it.
There it was, laying there.
Laying right there.
No, and it was weird too, because
I don't know if a car hit him and he ran that far and just died, or if someone shot him, or if he had EHD. But in our area, we don't really have EHD, so I'm kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you never know.
Maybe the neighbor shot him and just. Yeah. You never know.
I know it sucked seeing my target buck die, but I guess it was cool finding his rack because I always wanted his rack and everything. So I guess.
And he honestly.
I got him now, so.
What he would have been in 2 years.
Oh, I know. And it's funny because there's an even bigger buck next to him, but I'm like, that smaller one with the mask man with the tall brow tines.
Yeah.
That one's meant for me. But how many minutes we got left?
Well, let's see here. Is there anything else you kind of want to talk about?
Just still going a little bit about the food plot and corn stuff, I guess.
Yeah, here. Why don't we look up? I'm curious, because what does Crispy use? He would have it on his website, wouldn't he?
Either that or you can just look it up. But that's kind of same with the mineral blocks. What do you think about those?
Personally, we use them.
Yeah, we use them too.
I think it's a great way to get those deer to start digging in the dirt, get it in the dirt, and kind of throw some cameras out and see what kind of deer you have, honestly. Just
mock scrapes. What do you think about those?
We set up a lot of them. Also, gosh, what's his name? My dad's big into watching him.
Lee and Tiffany?
Nope. It's just one guy.
Oh.
Not Ted. Bill Winky.
Huh.
Unbelievable hunter. Knows more about the woods, and he sets up a parallel scrape, and he cuts down a pine tree, cuts all the branches out, and just sets it there, ties it to a tree, and seeing some of the deer that hit that is amazing. And we set up about 4 of those, and he said it's going to take a couple years, and finally we had a deer hit it twice last year. I think things like that kind of setting what Chris B was talking about, hinge cutting trees, making patterns for deer.
That's what same with Whitetail Solutions too.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody should say, if you guys are hunters and want to know more about land management, definitely check out Whitetail Solutions.
Absolutely.
I'm guessing
super smart guys.
I'm guessing you guys already have. You know, some of his videos too, like how to create deer bedding. You know what I mean? Like,
well, here
it's just that guy's just unbelievably smart with land management.
Crispy uses that Rolling Hills clover and when you can, I don't know that word, barshicles. Let's read the description. I don't know. Must be a mix, but I mean, there's so many out there. You gotta. Oh, here it's like radishes, turnips. It's a premium blend. Great for deer health. I think adding little things like that and food plots really just advances your deer in the long run. Like,
and especially watch them hit it early, because my food plot's in the woods, so it's not like it's different. It's different than like people planting them in the field, right? Because we have a guy that actually rents our field, farms it out. So, you know, this last couple of years he baled hay with it this last year, and then I think he planted winter rye or whatever he planted.
Well,
he usually
kind of cut hay in. I mean,
I don't even know the guy either, so that's
a lot of guys just leave.
Because my grandpa knows the guy
in there, and because it keeps the soil down.
Yeah,
I'm curious what he'll plant in there next year.
I'm hoping it's soybeans.
If it's corn, be good, but not.
It's usually what he always plants, but I'm hoping soybeans this year. I think it'd be cool.
Yeah,
he hasn't planted corn in a couple of years, so I wonder if he'll maybe plant soybeans or corn. I'm hoping soybeans, because just like that early season, you can just kind of sit out there and
that'd be
scout the deer and know how they come out, where they come out, kind of pattern them out, really.
Yeah,
and that's same with like swamps too.
Yeah, that's one topic I don't really know much about, and I mean, you've always kind of hunted more swamp.
Yeah, half our land swamp. So
yep.
And my dad has shot in all of his wall mounters out of a swamp besides one. Spot and stalked one.
Swamp bucks.
Spot and stalked one in the cornfield. Shot it, but we got all of his bucks right up here. But he shot all of them in the swamp. A lot of his bucks are shot out of the swamp, and there was one year he was hunting. He shot 3 bucks one day out of the swamp, and he said he's seen probably over 13 bucks.
Not sure how legal that was.
Well, you got party tags too back then.
Oh yeah,
you still do. If it's rifle season, you can have party tags. That's another topic we should probably get into one day too. But
yeah. Well, I mean, I know they've been doing salvage tags.
I mean, I shot this one in the swamp too. This was my first swamp buck.
I mean, Matt True
bedded down. Got up and I
shot 2 bucks with the bow, because he ended up shooting. Well, yeah, I don't.
And it's funny too, because
was he shoot? Did I tell you he shot it, or no? I think it got CWD, and ended up getting it tested, and then I think they give you a salvage tag, or it's some word. Then you get another additional tag for that deer that died.
Yeah, I don't know how that all works anymore.
But I think that's pretty cool they're doing now.
But half the big bucks I've seen this year on my land have been all in the swamp. 5 minutes. Okay. Like, it's just kind of weird. Like, I would think I would see more a lot of bucks in the woods,
but they're
in the field,
jumping through that swamp.
Yeah,
it's weird.
I mean,
I'd like to get more knowledge. Why? I don't know if it's
I probably think more cover.
Feels
they bed in there. But I don't know.
Oh yeah,
it's something that maybe you guys know more.
Yeah, same with like food plotting.
And again, we're trying to learn. We're not here to like judge,
educate anybody. Or I mean,
we're just kind of tell you guys our opinions on them, but
I'm trying to learn more on the topics and really just advance our knowledge on the food plotting and just deer in general. It's kind of think why we kind of started this all is just kind of learning more about
and turkeys too.
Absolutely.
I know you don't know much.
I
know a decent amount about turkeys. That we could get into that topic one day too if you want, or we could even have our buddy Aiden on this podcast go to his house and discuss some turkey stuff. But so we're trying to just keep this video kind of short and sweet today.
Yeah.
I know some of you guys don't watch all the way to 40 minutes or anything. So
well, yeah. Thank you for showing your support on the last couple of videos, and I'd like to thank Team SmackDown.
Oh yeah, 100%
for giving us this opportunity just to really
get us out there.
Yeah,
you know when they're like big for Wisconsin too.
Yeah, like honestly, really some of the
stuff that they got is just so unique, and some of the stuff that they've done is just so unique. It's craziest.
Also, Bill from Antlers
too. Bill's a big support.
Honestly, just a lot of the things he teaches us and
about bows even too,
and really for tuning our bows, just things guys would not do for
arrow setup.
Yep,
broadheads and he just tells us a lot of things.
Yeah, Chase has a lot of stuff too. Typically,
yeah, they got like broadhead. They got like guns and broadheads.
Bill's your guy for the bow setups.
Yeah, Bill is definitely the guy.
He'll always give it that family discount. If you guys are really looking for a guy that really you can trust and learn a lot from, and
such a genuine guy too.
Yeah, so build a relationship with. That's the number one thing I think with us and these people is just building that relationship with them and learning more from them, and kind of telling you guys about it too.
And I'm learning like when we went to Team SmackDown, we learned a lot.
Yeah,
which was super cool. They taught us a lot. They told us
not even just like hunting,
the amount of stories,
and really kind of just showing us.
Told us basically to chase our dream, and that's what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Trying to chase our dream.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you a lot. Again, thank you, Team SmackDown.
Thank you for everyone watching today's video. Mm-hmm. I know we kept it short and sweet. Sorry it wasn't longer, but
it's whatever.
We're going to do a little photo shoot today out in the woods. Look for sheds and
have fun.
Hopefully all goes well.
Hope you guys enjoy the nice weather coming up.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be so cold.
At least here in Wisconsin. It's been pretty darn cold. But
well, yeah, shoot us like a comment on if you're watching this out of state. Like I'd like to know that.
Let us know what you guys think about swamps and
we know a lot of supporters
baiting
are from Wisconsin.
Even farming too. Let us know.
Yeah.
I know a lot of our supporters are from Wisconsin.
And I think honestly, I think we should get I can try to talk to Kurt on coming on here and really giving his knowledge about farming and what he's learned about different stuff to plant and stuff like that.
Right. And I know some of you guys are, I know a couple kids from school are farmers, and a couple guys we know are farmers. So if you guys are watching this, just please let us know. Yeah. I know Dawson, shout out to Dawson from construction class, from my construction class.
He's learned a lot and really told us a lot about it.
Yeah, he just hearing him talk about stuff to our buddies, he knows a pretty decent amount about farming. So
well, thank you guys, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, stay tuned and let us know what you guys want to hear for the next one. So thank you guys.
See you next
time. For Team SmackDown, and thank you for our sponsors, and see you guys next time.